this up. How are you guys doing today? Hi, everybody. Got it. Perfect. Hi, YouTube. Okay, yeah, we're good. So, thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. I wanted to hop on live today because I need to untwist my hair. So I figured I'd get on and do that with you guys. And while I'm untwisting my hair, I wanted to share some information with you around building your hair regimen. So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Kenya. I'm a content creator on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm also the CEO of Powering Your Curl LLC, which is a company designed to help women understand and feel confident in caring for their natural hair so that they can do it on their own. And YouTube, I'm sorry if I'm not looking directly at you. I think, give me 1 second. I'm gonna do something so I can get everybody on the same accord. So I'm about to use this box and lift YouTube up. That's how we make things work over here. So that looks better. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay, perfect. So yeah, basically I wanted to get on here and let you guys know that if you're trying to figure out how to build your staple regimen, I have a hair goal guide that's on sale right now for $25 because this month is my birth month. I'll be turning 25 on April 25th. So I figured why not put that hair goal guide on sale for $25. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So when you purchase my hair goal guide, which for YouTube, it's linked in the description box. On Instagram, it's pinned right now on the live. You will get a digital download that looks like this, and you can print it out like I did and use it like as a paper guide. But basically what this guide does is it helps you learn your hair identity, which is paramount in understanding your hair so that you can create a foolproof regimen. So I'll get you guys right to the page that helps you learn your hair identity. Basically, I created something called the Hair Identity Pyramid, and it walks you through how to identify your porosity, your hair strand thickness, your density, and your curl pattern. And then once you understand your hair identity, I have tip sheets to help you create a regimen around that. And then also within this guide, you're gonna find a regimen builder that basically helps you understand like when you should be shampooing, when you should be using a moisturizing versus a protein deep conditioner. And there's also a progress tracker, as well as a journal, which was in the beginning, and I'll show you guys that right here. But you guys can see this a little bit more in depth on my website, and it's powerinyourcurl.com. And again, it's linked in the description box or on the screen right now. So I'm gonna look at you guys' comments. Happy early birthday. Thank you guys. Don't party too hard. I don't know if I can guarantee that. I don't know. You gotta play hard when you work hard. Someone says, good morning. I hope you're enjoying your weekend and doing well so far. Good morning to you too. My weekend is going well, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. So on Instagram, I see some comments coming in, and I'll be answering comments at the end of this live. So if you have any comments or questions, just leave them at the end. Hey, Akita. But all right, let's go ahead and get started. So basically what I use to twist my hair are some Curl Origin products. And lately I've been really, really liking them. They have products that give you genuine moisture. I'm always looking for products that give real moisture, not products with any chemicals, products that give me like moisture for 3 to 5 days. And so as I untwist my hair, I'm gonna walk you guys through how to create your own staple natural hair regimen. And this information is gonna coincide with the hair goal guide that's on sale right now. So I got my notes here. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you're building your hair regimen is you want to learn your hair identity. And the reason why this is important is because based on your porosity and your hair strand thickness, those are the two most important aspects of your hair identity. Depending on what your hair porosity is and your hair strand thickness is, that's going to determine the types of products that you're using. Also, how often you use a moisturizing deep conditioner versus a protein deep conditioner. It's basically going to determine your whole entire regimen. So if you don't understand your porosity, which is how well your hair retains and accepts moisture, or your hair strand thickness, which is basically how thick an individual strand of your hair is, you won't know if you should be clarifying. Low porosity hair, you want to clarify on a consistent basis, usually about 1 to 2 times a month. But high porosity hair, because your hair doesn't typically get product buildup, you don't need to clarify hardly ever. Also, low porosity hair, co-washing is something that you don't need to use unless you're switching up your style midweek, and so you want to do like a midweek like light cleanse, or if you're working out consistently and you sweat a lot, then co-washing is something that's good for you. But outside of that, you really shouldn't be co-washing if you have low porosity hair. And you wouldn't be able to know that unless you knew your hair identity, which is why it's so important. The foundation of any regimen is understanding your hair identity. So once you know your hair identity, that's going to help you basically determine again, how often you should be cleansing, what type of cleansers you use. With low porosity hair, I find that it's best, with all hair identities, you want to make sure that you're layering your products for moisture. So typically one product is not going to give you all the moisture that you need. And you also want to make sure that you're using products that have water as the first ingredient. So if you're only styling your hair with oils, then you're most likely not getting the maximum moisture that you need. And so if you have low porosity hair, you want to use product combos of 1 to 3 products. So that could be a lightweight leave-in, maybe like a thicker leave-in and then a cream on top of that. If it's really cold outside, that could be a leave-in, a cream, and maybe like a butter on top of that, like a thicker hair product. But if you have high porosity hair, you want to use product layers of maybe 2 to 4, depending on how cold it is or how dry your hair is. And that could basically be like 2 leave-ins. Actually, it could be a leave-in, a milk, a cream, and a butter. And that's if your hair is very, very thirsty and very, very dry. As you build your moisture levels, you won't have to use that many products. And you can use a leave-in, a milk, and a cream, 2 leave-ins and a cream, whatever really works for you. You can even throw an oil in there. But the thing about using oils is you want to use them sparingly, no matter what your porosity is. I know that oils are like very heavily preached in the natural hair community, but they can really cause buildup on your hair. So I'm going to take a break really quickly because I know I've been talking. But someone says on YouTube, Makita says, I have the hair journal and it really helps to develop a hair regimen for healthy hair growth and other goals you're trying to achieve. I'm happy that you created the journal. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that it works for you. Paige says, do you like your hair length being the length that it is now or the length that it was before you recently cut it? I like my hair length both. Like I love my hair hella long, but right now I'm really enjoying my hair not being so long because it doesn't require as much maintenance and I don't have to worry about it as much. When your hair is like super long, a lot of your hair is old because like it takes about a year to grow 6 inches worth of hair. So when my hair was down to my butt, I had to be really careful with it. And like, I don't know, it was like a lot. It was a lot, but I'm in the season now where I just want to be free and not really chained to my hair. So I'm enjoying, this length. Hi, Candira from Bask and Bloom says, hi, beautiful. Hey, Candira. All right, so I'll answer a few questions. Your hair looks beautiful both ways. Thank you, Paige. I appreciate that. All right, so I saw some questions on Instagram. Excuse my hands, y'all. Let's see. I know someone asked about big chopping. Yeah, I remember, I can't see your name, but I know someone asked if my hair is damaged, should I big chop or transition? I always say that you want to big chop whenever you're ready. So if you think that like you're ready to big chop, go ahead and big chop. Oh, somebody just bought the journal. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you feel that you're ready to big chop, go ahead and big chop. But I find that transitioning can really help you learn about your hair. So And it also gives you kind of like a safety net. So when you're transitioning, you can learn about your natural hair texture. You can learn how to style your hair different ways. You can learn like different products that work for curly hair. And you won't really be doing much damage to your curly new growth because most of the damage will happen at your ends, which are already damaged anyway. So I think that transitioning is good to help you learn. And it's basically like natural hair with training wheels. So if you do make a mistake, you're not actually damaging the hair at the roots. And then once you get to a point where you feel like comfortable enough taking care of your curly hair, I will go ahead and chop. But you really don't have to do that. It just that's just kind of like, I guess, the safest way if you want to retain the maximum amount of curly hair. But yeah, it's really up to you. So if you think your hair is damaged, you can cut it off or you can transition. Alrighty, so let's see what you guys are saying. Entrepreneur mom, business mom says, I have serebric dermatitis and I break out from everything. Also, my hair breaks off very easily. I've noticed that I've been losing a lot of hair and it snags on everything. So, entrepreneur mom, excuse me, guys, I've been sick. I would recommend that you learn your hair identity. Because that's really going to help you understand like the different ins and outs of your hair. So fine strands specifically snag on a lot of things. I have fine strands and that's why I have to really be careful with my hair. But fine strands snag on a lot of things and it's easily broken because the strands are so like thin and wispy. So if you find that your hair is breaking, I would first look at how often you're trimming. When was the last time that you got a trim? And I'm going to scroll down so I can see your response. But if you're noticing a lot more breakage than usual, that can typically mean that you need a trim. And you should be trimming on a schedule once you understand your hair identity. So 3 months for fine hair and 4 months for medium strands and thick strands is a good, like a good starting point. And also styling your hair in low manipulation styles like twists, or braids or cornrows, anything that keeps your hair from just being out, that will help you with the snagging and the breakage. So, but yeah, the first step would be learning your hair identity so you can understand kind of like the pros and the cons. I don't like to say cons, just like, I guess, the nature of your hair. And then you'll be more prepared to deal with it. So Envy says, I know my hair is supposed to shed, but I'm a little scared because it does it a lot. So can you help me? So Envy, and this is a really good question. If you guys have any questions on hair shedding, if you feel like your hair is shedding more than normal, first you have to consider that there is 2,200 strands of hair per square inch on your head. So you have a lot of strands. And every day your hair is shedding about 180 strands to 200 strands a day. So if you're going, let's say, 5 to 7 days without washing and detangling your hair, on wash day, whatever 7 times 200 is, that's like, I think 1,400. You're going to lose about 14 strands of hair, and that's completely normal. So, if you lose about the same amount of hair every wash day, that's completely fine. Something you can do to see if your hair shed is normal is collect the hair that you lose every wash day. So I did this for 6 months last year because I used to be really worried about how much I would shed. And my hair was so long, but I would shed like a hunk of hair. And it used to worry me. But I realized that it's normal for me to shed a lot if I go maybe 10 plus days without detangling my hair when my hair was longer. So I would lose maybe like that much every 10 days. Also, I noticed that if I was wearing styles where my hair was out, my hair would shed more. Let's see. It really all depends. So I can't tell you specifically why your hair is shedding a lot. You would have to learn your hair identity and then you would have to learn what's normal for you. And the way that you can do that is by collecting your shed hair and really paying attention to your hair habits. That's something that can help you drastically within your hair regimen. Writing down what you're doing with your hair, writing down how much you're shedding on certain wash days when you're using certain products, or like when you skip certain activities, and that can let you know, okay, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. I need to cut out what doesn't work and only focus on what works. But if you're shedding a lot, typically it's not an issue unless you start to notice thinning or balding. So yeah. Entrepreneur Mom says, my hair is very fine. It's been so long, I feel so bad. It's been over a year. If you're saying it's been over a year since you got a trim, then yeah, you definitely need to get a trim. With fine hair, especially, like once you get past that point of needing a trim, your hair can get really frustrating because it'll always be breaking and it'll just be thin and it won't act right. Like when the ends of your hair are damaged, the entirety of your hair just doesn't act how it's supposed to. But once you get that fresh, once you basically once you cut your ends, you rejuvenate your hair because you don't have a portion of your hair that's sucking the moisture and the health out of your hair. So Entrepreneur Mom, if you haven't bought the guide, I would definitely buy that guide so you can learn the nature of fine hair. And I would get a trim and then focus on building a moisture-rich regimen that keeps your hair compacted the majority of the time. So with fine hair, you don't want to wear your hair out too much if you're trying to retain length. You want to wear your hair more compacted in twists and braids and then kind of wear it out maybe 2 to 3 days out of the week. And you also want to make sure that you're detangling your hair before it has a chance to tangle too badly, or you're just going to have more breakage. So Makita says, so when your hair is longer, your hair sheds more. Your hair doesn't necessarily shed more, but it'll look like more hair is coming out because the strands are longer. So like when my hair was shorter, like I might have shed like maybe this much, but then as my hair grew, like one strand, like literally one strand would be like from here down to here. So of course, when that comes out, it'll be like a bigger ball of hair, basically. Okay. Let me see if any questions are coming in on Instagram. Please recommend a curly cut salon. So the only salon that I can recommend that gives curly haircuts is going to be Curl Pop, and she's located in Miami. And the reason why I can only recommend her is because she's one of the few stylists that I've met who truly honors curly hair and honors all types of curly hair. So I have fine hair, and a lot of hairstylists don't understand how to work with my hair that tangles very easily. My hair is almost never fully detangled. Like as soon as it gets undetangled or as soon as it gets detangled, it'll start to kind of like ravel on itself and tangle up already. So a lot of people don't understand that, and I've gone to stylists who have literally ripped hair out of my scalp because they didn't understand this. But Curl Pop is somebody who I feel like she has so much knowledge in kinky hair, coily hair, fine hair, loose curls, and she doesn't give everybody the same cut. She cuts to your face. She cuts to like your relationship with your hair. Like when I went to her, my hair was butt length and I had been growing my hair for 9 years, and she spent like 6 hours just like gradually cutting my hair so I could get used to the length and how short it was going to be compared to what I was used to. So I absolutely love her. She is expensive, but she's completely worth it. And I got cut by her in November, and my hair still has shape. It's gotten longer since then, but my hair still has shape, and I'll like travel to her on a yearly basis just to get my hair like, kind of touched up. So I love Curl Pop. She's great. And you can find her on Instagram. Alrighty. I live in Miami. What is her name again? Curl Pop. So CURLPOP. And her name, I think, is Isabella. I remember that video of when your stylist straightened and trimmed your hair. She's awesome. Yeah, Eden, her salon, I believe if she's still there, she works at Studio Techilo, Techilo in Atlanta. She's like one of the only people that I would go to straighten my hair. She I don't know if she really understood fine hair, but she still could detangle my hair. Like Curl Pop kind of taught me more about my hair. Eden didn't really teach me, but she listened to me. So because I understood how my hair tangled, she was able to like listen to me and actually do what I needed to be done to keep my hair healthy. And a lot of stylists I find, even if I were to tell them like, my hair doesn't work that way, like you can't blow dry it, you have to stretch it out in a like more gentle way, they wouldn't want to listen, or they would try to tell me something about my hair when honestly, I feel like I know my hair better than anybody, and you guys know your hair better than anybody. You're the only person who's around your hair 24/7. And yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So I like to go to professionals who take into account my knowledge and experience with my hair. But okay, so if you guys have questions, just continue to post them, and I'm going to share more about building your regimen. So when it comes to moisture versus protein deep conditioners, this is really important. Um, it's really important for you to understand your porosity so that you know how often you should be using moisturizing deep conditioners versus protein deep conditioners. So with low porosity hair, your hair cuticles are very flat and tight on your hair strand. Like your hair cuticles lay like this. And that's why it can be difficult to put moisture in your hair. That's why sometimes products won't penetrate. They'll just sit on top of your hair because your cuticles lie so flat. And because of that, you don't necessarily need to be doing protein treatments like vigorously because your hair will keep the protein within your strands. And the thing about protein, I feel like it's like really, we talk about like protein treatments a lot, but we also don't mention how your hair will kind of keep itself balanced for the most part. Like you really don't need to be doing a lot of protein treatments unless your hair is damaged. Um, Unless your hair is damaged or unless you have high porosity hair. So if you have high porosity hair, your hair cuticles are more open, and that's why it's easier for like products to penetrate. You typically won't ever have product buildup because your hair cuticles accept products so easily, but also lose the moisture from products so easily. And because your cuticles are open, by doing protein treatments consistently, you're able to fill the gaps that are caused by your open hair cuticles, which will make your hair smoother because it'll seal the cuticle. It'll help you retain moisture better because, again, your cuticle is sealed, so products aren't able to leave as easily. And it'll also make your hair less frizzy. And so sometimes with frizz is normal for the most part. Like my hair right now is kind of frizzy, if you can see. But frizz is normal. Like it comes with the territory of being curly, but excessive frizz isn't normal. And usually excessive frizz means that your hair is dry. Like when your hair isn't internally balanced and has those high moisture levels, within its core, it will reach out to the environment to get moisture, raising your hair cuticles to do so, and it'll cause frizz. So protein treatments will drastically help you if you have high porosity hair. And if you have low porosity hair and frizzy hair, then moisture deep conditioners will help you. So let's see. Cynthia says, "You rock, girl." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, perfect. Entrepreneur mom says, "Yes, my daughter's hair is like yours. She's 8 and doesn't fully understand why she cannot wear her hair out." Yeah. That's kind of like with every hair type, like you have to kind of bear across. So with fine hair, you have to really make amends with the fact that you just can't wear your hair out all the time. Like I see girls who wear wash and goes like 24/7 because it works for them. Like they probably have medium or thick strands where their hair doesn't tangle too much. And that's wonderful, but I could never ever do that. And I used to try to do that. And really, that's what set me back. That's what set me back a lot in my hair journey, trying to do what I saw other people do, not understanding that we had different hair identities. So I found like, I guess I've kind of just gotten used to it. I just wear my twists and I'm cool with that. Like my hair is hella moisturized. I'm able to grow it long, so I'm fine. But you do have to kind of like, I don't know, find something that works for you so you can still enjoy your hair without wearing it out. And then like people who have high porosity hair, you have to make amends with the fact that you really do have to work a little bit harder to keep your hair moisturized. So like me, like once I get moisture in my hair, it'll typically stay moisturized all week if I'm using good products. If I'm not using good products like um, more store-bought, like cheaper products with chemicals, it won't really stay moisturized. But if I'm using something from Oyen or Camille Rose or Curl Origin, which is a new favorite, Mayel, or the main choice, it'll pretty much stay moisturized. But with high porosity hair, you have to consistently work to keep your hair moisturized because your cuticles are so open. So Colette Kanji says, "Hey Kenya, any DIY recommendations for scalp care?" Yes. Um, so if your scalp is itchy, I would recommend exfoliating your scalp. Um, Here's the thing about DIY recommendations though. There there are a lot of products on the market that are formulated specifically to work well on your scalp that have been tested in labs and like they are a little bit more trustworthy, I would say. So I wouldn't discount store-bought products like the Head and Shoulders. dry scalp care shampoo, and then also the shampoo and conditioner in one. Those are some really powerful products. And I never found like lasting results to my scalp issues until I started using that product. But if you do want to go the DIY route, something you can do is take brown sugar, a lightweight oil like almond oil or carrot oil, even like neem oil, something that will nourish your scalp but won't like clog your pores. And then you can just use that to exfoliate your scalp gently, like kind of mix that in a little bowl, put it on your fingertips, and really like concentrate it on your scalp and gently exfoliate your scalp after cleansing. Or you can do it before cleansing, whichever works. But I find that if you have a lot of product buildup, you want to cleanse first and then exfoliate, kind of like your face. Like you would cleanse your face first and then exfoliate. And then you can even add apple cider vinegar in that just a little bit to kind of help break down the product buildup. So if you do add apple cider vinegar, you can leave the treatment on your scalp for maybe like 5 to 7 minutes. And then the enzymes in the apple cider vinegar will help kind of like eat through any buildup or really just break down any buildup on your scalp. So I think I have a video on this, but in my video, I use I use oatmeal granules as well. And I wouldn't recommend that because it left a lot of debris in my hair. So yeah. Okay, perfect. That helped. Alrighty. So Samira says, do you like having long curly hair? Only asking because my hair is to my bra and I feel like it's too much. I love having long curly hair, but that's because my face shape, I feel like it works better for my face. Also, the styles that I like to do, which are twists, it works better when my hair is longer because my twists have hang time. So if I was wearing my hair out all the time, it would be too much. But because I wear my hair in low manipulation styles, it works for me. So I prefer longer hair just because I feel like I can do more with it. And I'm not like self-conscious about my big old head. So Makita says, my favorite protein-free deep conditioner is the Miel's Hydrating Mongongo Oil Conditioner. That conditioner is life. That conditioner is amazing. I love it so much, Makita. That's a really good conditioner. I've gone through like 3 of those, probably like 2 in a month because I just love it so much. And it's really good for detangling, but of course it's kind of expensive. It's like $14. So yeah, you don't want to detangle with it too much. All right, Colette, I'm glad that helped you. So Paige says, what shampoo do you use on wash day most of the time? And if this shampoo isn't your favorite, what is your favorite? The shampoo that I use most days is the Head & Shoulders Dry Scalp Care Shampoo Conditioner 2-in-1. So it's shampoo and conditioner in one. So although it's kind of like you sometimes people think Head & Shoulders can be drying, and I used to think the same thing. So I started with like a shampoo conditioner in one, and that shampoo was not drying at all. It really alleviates my dry, itchy scalp. I'm somebody who, before I found the shampoo, I would be scratching my scalp all day, every day. It's just something that I have, dry, itchy scalp, and that shampoo works really well for that. And that is like 100% my favorite. I've been using that for like 5, 6 years now. And then another shampoo that I really love is a clarifying shampoo by Paul Mitchell. This is a new favorite. I haven't had a chance to do a video on YouTube about it yet, but it's their Shampoo 2, and it's a clarifying shampoo that gets your hair squeaky, squeaky clean, but it doesn't strip your hair of its moisture. So it leaves my hair really soft, bouncy, my curls will pop, and because I have low porosity hair, I easily get product buildup. So if you have low porosity hair, you want to make sure you're clarifying consistently. And I will clarify once a month now that it's colder, twice a month in like the warmer months. So yeah. What do you suggest a low porosity, medium density, medium texture person do if they work out daily? If you work out, Makita said literally, if you work out daily and you sweat a lot and you notice like your sweat builds up on your scalp, I would recommend co-washing midweek, and how often you do this will depend on you. So you're low porosity. So you definitely want to shampoo on wash day. You want to use a shampoo on wash day. Don't co-wash on your serious wash day. And you probably also want to make sure that you're clarifying on a consistent basis too, because I would imagine if you're going to be co-washing and reapplying products midweek, you're going to get some buildup. So I would probably shampoo twice a month and clarify twice a month. And then on Wednesdays, say you did your wash day on Sunday, shampoo or clarify that day. Then on Wednesdays, I would co-wash my hair just to get the buildup from the sweat off my scalp and kind of like rejuvenate my hair, because when sweat dries in your hair, it can make your hair drier. I would quickly co-wash. Omiyage has an amazing co-wash. I really love it because it's super cleansing but super conditioning at the same time. And then I would like kind of apply a leave-in, maybe Oyen hairdo, and a cream, maybe like Oyen Shine and Define or Oyen Boing, or even Camille Rose Naturals Aloe Whipped Butter Gel. And then I would style my hair. It's gonna be hard. You have medium strands, I'm assuming. You could probably still style your hair then. You could do like a really quick twist out, like maybe just like a super chunky, just do some super chunky twists that you'll be able to twist out on the weekend, and then like Thursday and Friday, just wear those twists. You can do cornrows that you can then cornrow out on the weekends. Or you can pull it into a bun or a ponytail, but I would be careful with that not to do it too often. So if you do pull it into a bun or a ponytail, I would only do it for like a day or two so that you're not causing stress around your hairline. And yeah, that's basically what I would do. I would co-wash whenever I felt my hair was dry, and I would make sure I was shampooing and clarifying on my regular wash days, and then just have quick styles to do midweek. Hi, Mayan K Pal. How are you? Okay, perfect. So YouTube, what are your thoughts on using Blue Magic hair grease? I feel like Blue Magic hair grease is really not moisturizing. I think that it's something, and I have a hair, there we go, perfect. I think that it's something that it seems to work because it coats hair and it makes your hair feel better, like temporarily, because it's easier to manage. But I don't think it's anything that gives your hair like any nutrition, any like genuine moisture. Like it doesn't add to your hair's health. And I'm a person who, I don't think anybody should use anything that's not adding to your hair's health, because if you're not adding to your hair's health, you're just taking away from it and making things harder for you. Thank you for everybody who purchased their guide. So I wouldn't recommend it, but if it works for you, if you're using it in a way that works for you, then I would keep using it. Like, don't listen to what anybody says if you see results with it. But if you don't, then I would give it up. So Nancy says, I am low porosity with fine hair. I have a TWA. Will get to a certain length and do nothing at that point, I will trim it. My question is, after I shampoo my hair, my scalp is crazy itchy. So if your scalp is itchy after you shampoo your hair, the shampoo that you're using doesn't work for your scalp. And I would switch that up. So I actually, I don't use a lot of shampoos because they don't do anything for my itchy scalp. And even though my hair will be clean, my scalp will still be itchy. I use the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil, shampoo, and Cream of Nature Moisturizing Dry Defense. I'm assuming that's the shampoo by Cream of Nature. So I would recommend the Head and Shoulders Dry Scalp Care shampoo. I would try that. You can either try the shampoo or the shampoo and conditioner. I would also try clarifying your hair, especially if you're low porosity. If you're not clarifying on a consistent basis and you have that product buildup on your scalp, that'll help. The Paul Mitchell shampoo too was really good. Also, yeah, honestly, I really like the Paul Mitchell one. There's another one by Bounce Curl. Their enzyme clarifying shampoo is pretty good. It's more of like a lighter clarifier, but it can still be helpful. It's probably like, I guess, like my number 3 clarifier. So I would recommend those 3. I don't recommend the Cream of Nature shampoo. And the Jamaican Black Castor Oil shampoo is kind of like, okay, like it doesn't really do much in my opinion. So I would try a different shampoo, Nancy. But okay, let me see if I have anything to share with you guys. So if you guys are noticing that you're having problems with dryness, you want to make sure that you're installing as much moisture as possible on wash day, but you also want to make sure that you're re-moisturizing your hair throughout the week. And so the way that you would do that is super simple. Just spritz your hair with water or with a lightweight leave-in, and then you would apply a water-based cream or a water-based leave-in. And I'm actually going to post a video on Instagram today showing you guys exactly how I re-moisturize my hair when it's in a low manipulation style like twists, or braids, like when you can't access all of your hair, because I get a lot of questions about that. And that'll be up around like 3 p.m. So just be on the lookout for that. And yeah, the thing about like moisture is moisture will naturally leave your hair over time. Like moisture comes and it goes. So you have to be re-moisturizing your hair throughout the week to keep it like moisturized and supple. Your hair will not stay moisturized from Monday to Sunday without any extra moisture, unless it's just super, super duper moisturized, whatever you use that week. But you almost always want to add a little bit of extra moisture throughout the week by re-moisturizing. So Madeline says, hey, Kenya, I have low porosity, fine strands. I love how everybody's giving me their hair identity because that really helps. I love doing twists, but I struggle with my twists looking too sparse. What do you suggest as a way to counter this? So low porosity, fine strands. I have the same problem sometimes. So I recommend there's a couple of different ways you can counter this. You can section your twists so that, they kind of like lay in between each other. So instead of your twists like being in line with each other, like say you section your hair and then you do a twist here and then you do a twist here, that's gonna leave scalp right there. So instead I will section my hair this way, do a twist here and then do a twist here. And then that way it kind of like lays and covers my scalp. So that's like the brick method of parting your hair. So I would recommend that. I would also recommend sometimes the type of products that you're using will cause your twist to be really skimpy because it's like it's weighing your hair down. So I've noticed that like the Mielle Babassu cream and even like the Mielle avocado oil, excuse me guys, even the Mielle avocado milk is a little bit too heavy and my twist will look scalpy because like my hair won't have much give. But when I use the products that I used just recently, the Curl Origin leave-in and then the Curl Origin twist butter, it lets my hair kind of, I wouldn't say get frizzy, but like get full. Like it'll fluff out a little bit because it's not weighing my hair down. And then that way my twists don't look too scalpy. Also, sometimes if you use bigger sections while you're twisting, so doing chunkier twists looks better than doing smaller twists because because you have fine strands, your hair can look a little thin, and when you're doing small twists, your hair will just look like a bunch of small twists, whereas if you're doing thicker twists, it'll look a little bit more full. So those are the 3 things that I would recommend for that. So let me know how that helps. And Tay Darby has said, yay, my hair is dry. Girl, I understand. I have a video on my channel talking about how I keep my hair moisturized for 9+ days. I would check that out for like more help on keeping your hair moisturized. And also my hair goal guide walks through how to keep your specific hair identity moisturized. So Kingdom says, thank you, sweetie. You're so welcome. Envy says, I wish you can come hair shopping with me because I tried a few things. So can you give a list of hair products that you must get for hair like yours? Because I feel like some things work and some don't. And you're exactly right, Envy. Some products are not made for certain hair identities. And that's not something that is shared. One, because maybe companies don't, I wouldn't say they don't know, but maybe they don't know how to market it. But it is easier to shop for hair products when you understand your hair identity, which is why I actually created my natural hair course. So if you guys don't know, I have a course called Master Your Magic that helps you get completely confident in knowing your hair identity, building a regimen, and also shopping for hair products, because that's one of the biggest questions that I would get asked. And right now, the course has already started. We're 1 week into the course, so you can't join now, but I will be reopening the course in probably early June. And it's an investment of your time because you'll work with me for over a month. And basically I would go shopping with you, like virtually. Like I would give you a product list based on like your hair history, your hair goals, and your hair identity. And then you would try the products, give me feedback, and I would help you get really clear on a regimen that works for you. And it is an investment. It's a pretty hefty investment. I wouldn't even say hefty, but it's an investment. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would start saving your money, and I'll announce it probably next month. And then you can get access to the course that way. So Sweet World says, "Hi, I love your channel. I have low porosity hair, I think. I struggle with buildup all the time and shampooing twice a month and co-washing just doesn't seem to work for me." So Sweet World, with low porosity hair, you actually don't need to co-wash. Co-washing doesn't remove enough of the buildup to really give your hair a clean slate to start on. And when you're not completely removing product buildup, you're just putting new product on top of old product, and it can't reach your hair strands and really give you the moisture that you need. So with low porosity hair, you'll rarely need to co-wash. You really actually want to focus on shampooing and clarifying. So I would recommend shampooing twice a month and then clarifying whenever you feel like your buildup is a little bit like more than normal. And kind of like right now, I feel like I could actually clarify. I just clarified last week, and I feel like I could probably do it again this week because I just feel like I have a lot of product in my hair. But yeah, low porosity hair, you will most likely get buildup almost every week. That's completely normal. But your goal with low porosity hair is to remove buildup and also to use lightweight products that give long lasting moisture. So you're not contributing to more buildup, but you're still having moisturized hair. So I would let go of the co-washing and find a good clarifier. Makita says, "I spray water in between the weeks with twists in my hair." Yes, and I basically do the same thing. You guys will see in my video that I upload today, but I'll just spray like warm water and basically press my product into my hair to re-moisturize my hair while it's in twist. Alrighty. So Entrepreneurship Mom says, "My hair seems to stay more moisturized than my scalp. How do I purchase this guide? Where is the link?" The link to the guide is in the description box, Entrepreneurship Mom, and you can purchase it there. Makita says, "I use warm water to open my hair follicles to do my lock method for moisture." Excellent. Yes, if you have low porosity hair, using warm water when styling your hair and re-moisturizing your hair will like drastically help product penetrate better into your hair as opposed to just using cold water. Like I even use it to the point of if I'm styling my hair and the water in my spray bottle gets cold, as I'm styling my hair on wash day, I'll dump out that water and put in like fresh hot water. But okay, everybody's saying thank you. Yes, go. Okay, perfect. So I am almost done. Let me make sure I got everything. Oh yeah, I only got one more twist left. Okay, perfect. So I want to talk a little bit about single strand knots. Single strand knots are completely normal. If you struggle with them, you're not alone. We all get them. Like I have single strand knots in my hair right now. It's normal to get single strand knots because your hair is curly, and with curly hair, because it kind of like, your hair curls, sometimes those curls will bunch together and it'll just naturally create a single strand knot. Now, you want to be worried if you find that you have like a lot of single strand knots that cause more tangling. Like if you notice your single strand knots cause your hair to tangle more or cause your hair to snag more, that's when you want to do something about it. And the way that you can rectify this is by one, preventing them in the first place. So if you feel like you get single strand knots more when you're detangling, then you need to figure out what you're doing wrong while detangling to minimize them. If you find that you have single strand knots more when you're wearing like a certain style, then you need to probably let go of that style. Like for me, wash and goes, every time I wear a wash and go, I get like a fresh batch of single strand knots. So you want to basically eliminate the styles that cause single strand knots. So you want to prevent them to begin with. Also, when you're detangling, if you notice that you're getting single strand knots when you're detangling, more than not, it's caused by you. My hair looks so frizzy, y'all. Talking and untwisting is kind of hard. But if you notice that you get single strand knots when you're detangling, it's probably because you're going too fast. So with your curls need time to basically like separate and relax. And when you're ripping through your hair, you're just causing hair to like bunch together and then you're just ripping through it and it's causing a single strand knot. So detangling more slowly is really good to prevent single strand knots. Also, if you want, you can take like a sewing needle whenever you go into the shower, or like a safety pin. And when you see a knot start to form, put the safety pin in between the hair starting to cause the knot, and then start to pull hair out from around the safety pin. And putting the safety pin in the middle of the knot that's beginning to form basically prevents the hair from really getting down to a knot, because there's something preventing it from kind of sticking together. And then you can just release the knot that way. So, also, if you notice that you get single strand knots and you wear twists a lot, sometimes those are caused because when you're twisting your hair on wash day, when you get down to the bottom of that twist, you may have like one piece of hair that's long and then like one piece of hair that's short, and then you split the long hair and add it to the short hair and then keep twisting. And that will usually cause a single strand knot, because when you go to untwist your hair, you probably forgot that you like moved that hair over, and as you're pulling your hair apart, it's just tangling. So you never want to split your hair. I'm not gonna lie, I do it, but I always remember which twist that I do it to. And I take my time. But if you're not gonna remember which twist you're sharing hair with, just don't share hair while you're twisting your hair. So I'm going to answer a few more questions and then hop off now that my hair is done. And I basically just need to fluff out my hair. And the way that I do that is by putting my hands at my roots. And this is a really good tip for fine hair. And then just like doing this. And also just shaking your hair back and forth is really helpful. Like throwing your hair over and massaging your scalp upside down really helps as well. But yeah, I'll probably do that when I get off the call. And this hair is pretty old. I think I did my hair last Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 6-day hair, and I finally untwisted my twist. I feel like that's not right. I probably did my hair on maybe like a Monday or a Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, I think it was Monday. It was Monday. So Miranda says, "You are beautiful. Thank you for this live. I need it. I'm going to have to watch from the beginning, just tuning in." Thank you so much, Miranda. And yeah, I'm going to save it once I hop off, so you'll be able to watch it. Rita says, "I have high porosity hair, medium density hair that hates coconut oil, dries it out significantly, and my scalp hates castor oil, itches." Hi, BK Jules on Instagram. Yes, Rita, coconut oil. A lot of people have issues with dryness from coconut oil, and castor oil is not something that is helpful to the hair. Any oil that's thicker than water, like if you put an oil on your hand and it doesn't flow down like water would, it's too thick. And when you're putting something thick like castor oil on your hair, a lot of the times that will really clog your pores and cause irritation, itchiness, dryness. I don't recommend Jamaican black castor oil or castor oil. And I also don't really recommend coconut oil or olive oil. A lot of the like cheaper, thicker oils, I don't recommend them. If it works for you, cool. But if it doesn't really do your hair any good, let it go. Amazing twist out. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Dominique says, "You are the truth. Your knowledge is a breath of fresh air." I appreciate that. Sorry, trying to find a shampoo conditioner in DC. Comments changed. From the same product line, but can't find 3 yet. A shampoo, conditioner, and deep conditioner from the same product line. Can't find 3 that don't have these ingredients. Oh, okay, I got you. That makes sense. What would I recommend for that? I feel like a lot of the products that I use, are you finding that like you can't use, the only Shea Moisture has is the raw, not a fan of the smell? I would kind of maybe graduate from some of the lower end product lines if that's what you're using. Products like Briogeo, Mielle Organics, or Mielle because they're not organics anymore, Oyen Handmade, those are all pretty good. They may have some of those ingredients in there, but as long as you're not using like the castor oil straight, it should be fine. So yeah. Let's see. I'm too cheap to buy that. LOL, thank you. Yeah, and that's the problem. Like you can't. So the thing about like when you want to get, sorry, I'm trying to think of how they say this. What you put in is what you get out. So if you want to have hair that's like optimum healthy, optimal, like maximum moisturized, the best hair of your life, you really have to invest in that, like anything. Like clothes. If you want to have clothes that last, you have to invest in high quality clothes. When it comes to your hair, one, it takes so long to grow hair when it is grown. Why would you not want to take care of it as much as you possibly can? Also, higher quality products usually have a higher concentration, and you'll get more long lasting moisture. And more moisture leads to an alleviation of so many issues like frizziness, dryness, breakage, single strand knots that all contribute to like basically decimating your length. So if you want to have really high quality hair, you have to use high quality products. And that's just like the truth. Yeah, you may be able to use some lower quality products. Like I have a few products that are pretty cheap that I love, but like all of my products are not like $10 or less. A lot of them are over $10. Most of them are probably like $15. And then I have some higher end products that are like over $30. And those are my deep conditioners. And I feel like when it comes to deep conditioning, because that's such a crucial point of your regimen, that sometimes it's okay to splurge. So yeah. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to answer one more question. Someone says, I have high porosity hair and I want to help my hair grow naturally. What do you suggest for products? For high porosity hair, I suggest medium weight products to thicker products. So things like the Camille Rose Natural Curl Love Moisture Milk will be a really good moisturizer and has great ingredients. Also, Oil and Boing is a really dense but still workable cream that could go on top of that. Also, the oil and whipped pudding could be good. You basically want to look out for products with quality ingredients, and the consistencies are like medium to thick and rich and dense. And that should help you maintain moisture, which will help you retain your length because your hair won't be dry and breaking off. But okay, so I have one more tip before I go, and that is do not prolong your wash day. If you want to have hair that is long and moisturized and healthy, you have to let your hair experience water on a consistent basis. You want to detangle your hair honestly before it gets to the point of no return, or if you can, before it even gets like super tangled. So like this hair, I could probably wear this for maybe 5 days out, but I'm going to detangle my hair on day 3, which is basically when it starts to tangle a little bit, but I don't really have a lot of tangles. And that's going to help me cut down on breakage, which is going to help me retain more length. And also less breakage and less tangles means more moisture. So a good rule of thumb is detangling and washing your hair every 5 to 9 days, and you really don't want to go past that point. If you're wearing protective styles, you really only want to wear them for 4 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks at the maximum. Anything more than that is detrimental to your hair because your hair needs to be consistently moisturized and detangled. I mean, if you have fine hair, long-term protective styles really actually won't work for you. So you want to use styles that you can detangle every 6 to 9 days. Really at the maximum fine hair, I would say maybe 11 days is as far as you want to go because your hair will tangle and start to mat a lot. So those are all of my tips. If you guys have any questions about learning your hair identity or building a regimen based off of your hair identity, go ahead and click the link in the description box or on the screen and purchase your $25 hair guide. It's only going to be $25 for a limited amount of time. And I'm also going to be updating it soon. So if you purchase it now, you're also going to get the updated version in the future. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Make sure you DM me any questions that you have or come back and leave a comment on this video on YouTube. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys.